Resume record. Okay, here we are. Do we need to go back and do any of that, or you got it marked down?
I've already marked it all down.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're moving along to new business. First one is file 19-20, which is the Angel View preliminary plan. And this is for public hearing continuation request. Anne, if you want to give us kind of a briefing on that.
Absolutely. I sent out the email on Friday to alert everyone. When the applicant received the staff report, they decided that they would like to take some time to further investigate some of the areas that staff suggested needed to be resolved that were unresolved. And so they'd like to take a little more time and come back with what they're hoping is an application that has been vetted in several of those areas that were pointed out. So they'd like to ask for a continuation to a date uncertain. As we noted in the email, we did vet that with legal, and we are able to do that. And once the applicant has decided that they are ready to submit their revised preliminary, then we will go back into the notice requirements. They will be required to publish, post, and mail out notices, and we'll set the new hearing date. So an applicant team member, Melissa Kendrick, is with us today, and so would love to invite her to introduce herself to the group and maybe just add anything that maybe I've missed.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Melissa Kendrick, and I'm representing Alan Elias. And we appreciate your time coming together and apologize for any inconvenience because we'd like to be more prepared when we come to you to request action. And so we have a good plan working with staff to resolve some of these conditions of approval so that when it comes back, it's, we hope to have fewer conditions and some of these items finished up. So we appreciate your time today and your consideration of the continuance. That's it.
Great, thank you, Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any questions from Planning Commission or County Commissioners? Okay.
This is Commissioner Munch. No, I don't have any questions. Thanks.
Hearing
I don't
none.
either.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I was just saying that I don't have any questions or comments either. Thank you, Heather.
Okay, thanks. Hearing none, do I hear a motion from Planning Commission on continuing this file 19-20 to date uncertain?
Well, I move to move file 19-20 to a date uncertain.
Great, do I have a second?
Boyle, second.
Okay, any discussion on the motion?
I want to think we should make it clear, and I think Ann did in her email last week, that this will require a reposting, a noticing of adjacent properties, as well as a re-advertising in the paper. And that will have to be 30 days prior to the hearing that we have. If anybody has any questions about that, ask Ann.
Okay. Any other discussion on the motion? Okay, can all in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have any opposed? Okay, any abstain? Okay, motion carries. That will be continued, working out with the applicant and staff on a new date for that. Next item on the agenda is just a quick discussion on, and Anne, you'll have to remind me when our next meeting date the actual date is for the comp plan discussion. Sorry, it's April something.
Correct. And I apologize, I may have to email you out, and unless Sarah Mudge recalls or Paul does, when we were talking, do you mean the next date that we can put it on a work session? That would be April 5th, Sarah, or excuse me, Heather, or did you want the city is putting together a subcommittee of their planning and zoning to work on ideas around modifications to the comp plan, and they've extended that invitation for the county to collaborate with them. Were you looking for their date or for our date? I'm sorry, just to
I
clarify.
guess I maybe didn't know about this collaboration meeting, so I was just
Okay.
looking for our next planning commission date, but maybe tell us more about that first.
Absolutely. And like I said, this came out of a discussion regarding guidelines for gateway development and talking about maybe being a little more intentional and doing some work on what our gateway site plan review might have in the way of design criteria. And so staff met, planning staff met, and with Commissioner Mudge and Sarah Dallas from the city, and talked about that. We then talked about that might correlate into also some work on the comp plan, and that being a goal that the Planning Commission that you had all talked about as being a goal as well. And so it led into a discussion on the potential to maybe have some collaboration around the 3 mile or 1 mile or whatever our circumference is, and those overlaps, and looking at ways to collaborate together. So staff had that discussion, and we're just going to bring that forward to the Planning Commission for thoughts. Our next work session opportunity to focus on county desires and goals would be April 9th. But I believe that the city is set to have a discussion on April 12th. Paul or Sarah, do you remember if I'm right on my date?
That's my recollection, is that we were going to at least kick this off on the 12th.
And I think so. What Sarah Dallas had discussed coming to this evening to talk about and invite any members of the County Planning Commission to that city discussion. And I will send an email to confirm date, time, and all the details, meeting details for when that would happen. And it's just a invitation to discuss that. But it would be then following, I believe, and I apologize, April, let's see, actually April 12th is our Planning Commission date for our regular meeting. And we do have the housing, the policy advisory team coming to deliver us some recommendations from the work that they've been doing as well. So I think before I commit, I should have had my dates a little more sorted out before I started this discussion, but I can follow up in a email with lots of good information. So I apologize, I had that date wrong. I was looking at the wrong year when I was looking at my calendar. And so our next Planning Commission for a work session to talk about county goals and projects would be April 12th. And then I will find out about when the city is having their planning and zoning or having those comp plan discussions in case you would like to join those conversations. So, and I welcome Sarah or Paul to elaborate on anything I might have forgotten.
I think that you've done it, Anne. But I'd like to quickly take this opportunity to introduce you to Alan Elias, whom you are seeing, and he is the principal behind Angel View. So I think the issue that has been discussed, Alan, is over with. You've been tabled to a date uncertain.
I got a text from Melissa. I don't know what was going on. I tried to get in the meeting and I couldn't get in. I apologize for being late, but nice to meet you all via Zoom, and thank you for tabling our project.
And it's nice to have you join us.
Thank you.
And Heather, I'm sorry I took that from you. You may have it back.
Okay, so if we want to do, so on April 12th, we have the housing, but that's the only, and we aren't anticipating that being extremely long discussion. So it seems like we could have a pretty decent conversation, at least starting the conversation with the commissioners on county goals and comp plan review. Okay. So, to kind of catch up, planning commission members, I attended a couple of conversations with the county commissioners and planning staff on, I guess, the direction that the planning commission is going. And I guess at some point there was maybe some misunderstanding as far as what we're doing or why we're on the path of backcountry, or why we're on the path that we're on. So I think we are going to have a meeting on April 12th to discuss that a bit, and talk a bit about some of these things that have come up that the city's starting to talk about, that maybe we can align ourselves with them on those comp plan discussions. I think that was next on our kind of goals list anyway, was to pull the comp plan out and go through it kind of section by section to see if there's anything we needed to tweak. I know that over the last couple of years, we've done a pretty good job of, when things have come up, we've made adjustments, or taken a look at that comp plan. But I think it'll be really good for this new planning commission to get really familiar with that document, and yeah, see if there's more we need to be tweaking. I think some of it helps guide us in development review. We could add things in such as design guideline review, things like that. And then to get more strict with some of those things, we'd have to obviously then look at the code for those, but that would at least start the conversation and guide us in that direction. And see where other things such as backcountry and or other priorities fit into that comp plan. So what I would ask for, I guess, homework over the next couple weeks is if you all can grab out that document, if you have it, which I assume everybody does, and kind of review it, make your own notes, highlight your own sections, so that you have questions marked off and areas where you see need for improvement. And I think that my strategy with that is definitely going to be trying to go through it, in a very organized fashion, front to back, rather than jumping all over the place with it. So that's kind of the idea at this point. But I think we could probably start that conversation with the commissioners on that April 12th meeting to kind of guide us forward and, getting everybody on the same page. So that's the idea between now and that April 12th meeting. Anybody have any questions or anything they want to add?
The comprehensive plan is on the website.
Yep.
And I think many of you, I got you a bound copy, I believe, as well. So I think most of you picked up yours. If you haven't, and your copy's still at the office, I'm not sure if anyone's is, feel free to stop by. We've got them if you need one.
And for the record, Howard Tritz has joined us about 8 minutes ago.
Sorry, any questions? Anybody have any questions? Anything they want to add or anything? Okay. Well, hearing none, I guess I'll see if anybody wants to make a motion to adjourn.
The only, I'm sorry, Heather, just
No,
one
go ahead.
last, just one last thing too. So Angel View will be coming back with that to us with some revisions. But if you spend any time with the materials that I sent out and you have any questions, we have a kind of a nice break in the action here. So if there's anything particular to that development and the information that I sent out, knowing that I think the applicant is specifically looking at addressing those conditions. So if anyone has any questions surrounding it or problems getting through any of the documents, or if you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. Happy to help.
Thank you, Ann. All right. Well, anything else? Okay. Who wants to give us a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
Thank you, Abby. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I
Yay for a short meeting. Hey, everybody have a really great night.
You
Have a
too.
good one.
Take care.
Thank you.